And we'll tap and we'll say, even though I have this deep fear of uncertainty, and I feel inadequate in certain areas of my life, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Again, you're saying this out loud, okay? All right, so even though I have this fear of uncertainty, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Good. All of the changes that have been happening. Have made me feel uncertain. I never know what's coming next. And this makes me anxious. I want to make changes in my life. But by making this change or thinking about this change, I have a lot of fear come up. Again, right here under the breast, okay? On the ribs. I have some fear that comes up. My deepest fear that I'll fall short. That I'll be inadequate in some way. Good. And all this uncertainty. About what's going to happen next. Uncertainty about what I want to do. And the fear that comes up. Fear about fear about if it will work out. Sometimes it feels like fear rules my life. And it keeps me from doing the things I want to do. The changes I want to make. In the past, when I made a change, maybe something bad happened. Maybe I was afraid something bad would happen. So I learned to be afraid of making changes. Maybe a change meant a bad thing was going to happen. Maybe change meant a bad thing would happen to me. But this fear keeps me from doing things. From doing new things. Or letting go of an old habit. Because I'm afraid of change. And all the uncertainty that comes with change. I feel out of control when change happens. I feel like I don't have control. It feels uncomfortable. Good, it feels unfamiliar. When I let go of when I let go of familiar things, I don't always feel safe. But I really want to open up to shifting. Open myself to shifting. Letting go of my old patterns. My old behavior. Good. All these fears that I'm incapable of making a big change or a lasting change. All the uncertainty comes up. I don't like the feeling of change, even though I want the change. Everything will be different. I like to know what I'm used to. When I know what to expect, that feels safe. I want to begin to feel safe in uncertainty. I want to open up to trust. When I make changes and I drop old patterns, I'm entering the unknown. And it can feel scary. Good. Good. I like what feels familiar. And when I make a change, things feel off. Can feel awkward. All of the unknown is uncomfortable. And the uncertainty that everything will change around me if I make that change. I'm already under a lot of stress. And the thought of making a change creates resistance in me sometimes. There's already been so much change the past 2 years. But I want to begin to embrace change. A change I've been thinking about making. To allow for a little more flow. And open up to trust that I can actually be comfortable with some uncertainty. This tight grip of control that I have, it's actually exhausting. If I could lighten up my control a little bit, I might experience more flow. I do have the willingness to make a change. And just having the willingness is a great start. I may not know how to bring about this change. Drop this old part of me. Embrace the uncertainty. But my willingness to open to the flow broadcasts a signal to the universe that I'm ready. I'm ready to step into a little uncertainty. I'm ready to see the way to make that change. I want to release fears that I'll be inadequate. That it might not work out. That I can't control the outcome. All of my expectations. As I release that control, I can actually allow for more flow. As I release this fear of being inadequate, welcoming in the change. I'm ready to see the way to shift. Good. Just place your hands in your lap. Kind of take a few deep breaths. See if any resistance came up to anything I was saying. Or maybe you were ready to open up into it, but just think about if you had any thoughts or feelings that came up. Okay. We'll do another, lots of yawning. Yeah. There's always yawning when you're shifting. It's a good sign. Fatigue is a good sign too. You're dropping, whenever you're dropping kind of any grip or any hypervigilance, we call it, where you're kind of like on guard and ready, or any fear, there's a lot of holding. So when you begin to let that go, the body, it's like you just want to sleep. Yeah. So it's a good sign. We're letting go of those control systems. All right. We'll do another tap. I know in that one we were talking about uncertainty and change because they go hand in hand, right? Whenever I'm going to do this thing, there's uncertainty with what's going to happen. Is it going to work out? Whatever that thing is in your life, right? So we'll do this last round will be on releasing any resistance to making change, kind of similar to what we did, but just kind of opening up to any resistance about stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay, and then I'll take some questions or anything you guys want to tap on. Okay. All right. So close your eyes and think about a change you'd like to make, maybe similar to what we just tapped on, or maybe something different. Something you'd like to do, something you've been wanting to plan to do. And then we'll think about that as you're tapping. Okay. So we really want to allow, we're going to release the resistance to change and allow for your success. Again, side of the hand. Even though I may have some resistance to change, and even if you can name out loud what that is, that will be great. Even though I may have some resistance to change, and I'm scared to embrace this new part of myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have some fear that people will like the old me better, that people will judge me for making this change, for doing things differently than I usually do. I have some fear that people won't like me or won't like the changes that I made. It's hard for me to step out of my comfort zone. The familiar feels so easy, and change feels hard. Making this change feels hard. I never have to step out of this comfort zone. I can actually stay in it as long as I want. I don't have to do anything new. I can stay as stuck as I want for as long as I want. I give myself permission to stay where I am the rest of my life. But a part of me feels like I'm playing small. This nagging feeling that even though I'm comfortable, I want to try new things. I want to make this change. A part of me wants to step into something new, even though it feels uncomfortable. And all the unknown feels a little sticky. I want this change. And I want this change to come with ease and grace. If I just open up to the idea, open up to the uncertainty, this change can come with ease and grace. I want to release the idea that it has to be hard. I can actually allow it to be easy. I release any resistance to change, to this change I want to make. Every part of me is ready. Every part of me is willing to have lots of success right now with this change I want to make, with this new thing I want to do. The universe can actually be a friendly place. It can willingly provide whatever I need, as much as I need. as I open up to it. I am going to allow this change to be easy, to come with ease and grace. Good. Place your hands in your lap. Just sit for a moment. Again, feeling you're opening up, or maybe you felt some resistance to what I said. Write down where you feel resistance, because you can always go back, watch the recording and put in the words, right, of what I said. Put in your own words around the framework of what I said.